Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here. This week's Hear Me Roar, I'm talking about an event I'm heading to on Wednesday, in fact, 14th of May to the 16th. That will mean some alterations to my schedule, slightly fewer videos during the week, but I'll tell you why, more about which videos will get featured, which won't this week, and how that will affect it later on. But first of all, the event itself, Home of Wargamers. Home of Wargamers is an annual press conference by the Slytherin Group, who are a group of independent publishers that work with sort of indie studios to help publish and distribute their games. Now they focus mainly on kind of strategy and wargaming titles, hence the name, Home of Wargamers. And I've been lucky enough to be invited out to this event this year for a couple of days. I'll get to have a look at some of the games that are being talked about, you know, see where the companies are going, not only 2014 but beyond, and what they're developing, what they're working on, what they want to achieve. And you know, should be able to get some kind of first looks in at a couple of games, some battles and what have you between both players and developers, some interviews as well. And this is also going to really help kickstart off a new series where I wanted to bring to my channel, which is going to be kind of my first look series, which generally the feedback I've had for the name so far of First Roar sounds pretty darn good. Obviously I have my Raw Reviews series, and this would be my preview or first look series, so the First Roar. So a little bit of kind of background about this whole event and why I'm attending, and also I'll tell you where it is, because that's absolutely awesome. But I was contacted a while back, back in March, middle of March, asking if I'd like to have a look at their press list, basically. So I'd be able to have a look at their press catalogue, and, you know, download some games and try some out. Unfortunately, I've had very little time to actually get down to trying out some of their games. I've had a look at a couple of them, but I haven't really been able to get stuck in yet. I'm hoping this event will really help launch me forward in being able to get stuck into their games, and by bringing them to you guys in a kind of little preview series, once, maybe even twice a week. Obviously it won't just be games from the Slytherin Group, but it will start off with some of their games. I'll look at basically a lot of other games you guys want me to have a look at. You're always saying, have a look at this game, have a look at that game. So if I can, I'll try and bring you a lot of previews of various games, both AAA and indie. Basically games that, you know, not only I enjoy, but hopefully ones that you will enjoy as well, and sort of be kind of more of a heads up, like Lionheart says, this is a good game, check it out, you know, have a look at it. Maybe it will be a point of, you know, if you guys have some games that you really think I should be checking out, you know, I'll be able to feature them as well. But because, yeah, I haven't really been able to get stuck into any of these games yet from the Slytherin Group's press catalogue, Home of Wargamers presents me a brilliant chance to actually kickstart this new First Roar series by starting with some coverage of the event and then launching into having a look at some of the games, probably some of the ones that are featured here, but also I'll probably start looking through that press catalogue even more and see which games you know, I'd like to bring onto the channel. So that's kind of the background to how I got in contact with them. But they've been really friendly, really helpful. I can't wait to meet some of the team at the event itself. Now, the event itself, you'll see some pictures coming up now, is hosted at the Castello di Pavone, and that is in northern Italy. I'm flying into Milan and then getting driven out to the castle. Now, this castle was built in the 14th century, and you'll be seeing some of the rooms and what have you, and some of the aerial shots of the castle. Built roughly it dates to the 14th century, but there's been various parts of the exterior wall from the 9th century and a Romanesque church in the inner courtyard, which apparently dates to around about 850. So it's a pretty ancient place. Now, why am I making such a big deal about it? Well, I think every kind of kid's dream is like, a castle, yes! Every grown man's dream also, a castle, yes! At least for me. Now, the big reason for this is because, those of you who don't know, I studied medieval history at university. So, being able to stay in an actual kind of medieval castle is awesome. So they had me sold there when they was like saying, yeah, would you be interested in coming out to this event and, you know, doing some coverage of it? I was like, yes, it's in a castle, I'm sold. But their games, the strategy games that they make are, from what I've seen, you know, some of them may not have the flashiest graphics in the world, but they have great core gameplay at the heart of them. Plus, they've got some great developers, great studios coming along, such like the Lord's Game Studios, which some of you may may have heard about, because the Lord's originally a collection of kind of developers that came together through the Total War modding scene. So these guys have actually set up their own studio, and they've gone there to make games that they want to enjoy. So I'm going to, hopefully, you know, I can talk to them about, obviously a little bit about kind of Total War modding and where that's taken them, but, you know, how that's taken them forward as developers themselves. There's Flashback Games also going to be there, Polar Motion and Ajod as well. So, as I said, yeah, 14th to the 16th of May this week. And on the 14th of May, I'll run down the kind of the schedule as well that I've got up here. So I'll probably get there around about between 10 and 12:30, depending on obviously when I get picked up and stuff. This is the kind of the agenda I've been given. And we've got some lunch at 12:30, and then an initial meeting in the early afternoon. But at 4:15 Central European time. And I'll see if I can put a world time calculator in the description for you guys for this. But yeah, at 4:15 p.m. Central European time, so 1 hour ahead of UK time, if that helps you guys at all. There is going to be a question time, which will also be live streamed. Now, a link to the Slytherin Group's live stream channel for the Home of Wargamers event is going to be in the description. You can also, I've linked you to one of their forum posts about the question time such, and you can actually email in some questions. But you know, if you can't think of one there and you just want to tune in for the question time, you can probably throw up some questions in the chat. It'd be absolutely awesome if some of you guys are about to tune in and at least just say, you know, Lionheart sent me or something like that. I think that'd be absolutely awesome and fantastic. Kind of have the Lionheart Legion banner represented in the chat. But the panel's being kind of chaired by the directors of the Slytherin Group, so it's going to be really interesting to see what they have to say. Then later on we've got a guided tour of the castle, which I'll try and film, and then we have a medieval dinner in the evening of the Wednesday. Thursday, group presentations in the morning through to early afternoon, more group presentations in the afternoon as well, and then interviews and one-on-one meetings in the early evening, and then there's a big gala dinner. Friday, to kind of close up the event, is big competition on one of the group's main titles, Battle Academy 2, and there'll be a big competition on that through the morning up to lunch, and then we all start heading on home. I've got a flight late back in the evening, so there won't be any kind of uploads probably on the Friday from me. I'll try and get some content out as soon as possible, but it may be the start of next week that I actually get to it, which will be the 19th of May. But I'll do my best to try and get some content up as soon as possible on that, and we'll start with the first Raw series very soon as well. So I'm absolutely ecstatic about this event. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I really can't wait to head on over to Milan, to the airport, and then to the castle itself, and staying there. I'll probably do a little room tour or something like that. Probably linked up with the guided tour, but it's going to be a fantastic event. I'm really excited for it. Really looking forward to seeing what they can offer, because I mean, I headed to Rezzed earlier this year, EGX Rezzed at Birmingham, and Rezzed is kind of primarily focusing on like indie developers, and the stuff indie developers are coming out with to be honest, for a large part, are the really exciting games. Yes, AAA studios, you know, are making some fantastic games as well, but there's some real innovation going on within indie developers, because they're making the games that you always kind of wanted. So I'm really interested to see what these developers have to show. Try and show you as much as I can, as I've said. How does that affect uploads on the channel? I have had a bit of a busy weekend. It's been my girlfriend's birthday, so I spent the weekend with her. Had a fantastic time. But I haven't been able to stockpile a lot of videos, really. So you'll get your standard Rome and Hannibal at the Gates Let's Play out today. Tomorrow, Tuesday, you'll get Sparta and Caesar in Gaul. And then you should get another Rome and another Hannibal at the Gates. Rome on the Wednesday, Hannibal at the Gates on the Thursday. And then Thursday and Friday, you should get the recording, or maybe just be one video, it might be two, depends how long I live stream tonight for my Elves of Lorien campaign Let's Play. So if you can't make the live stream tonight at 7 PM UK time, do check out the announcement video for that for all the full details. But if you can't tune in for that live stream tonight on my channel, then there will be a recording made, and it will be uploaded to my YouTube channel later on this week while I'm away. regular uploading should resume from Saturday, and then it will continue on from there, basically. So yeah, that's kind of my little introduction to this event, what I'm getting up to this week. Feel free to let me know what you guys are up to. I know some people have been saying it's getting close to exam time, so anyone that's going through exams or revision, I know your pain. It's only been a year since I was in exactly the same position as many of you, especially at university, scrambling to get dissertations done and handed in and what have you. And then exams, oh so much fun. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good week. I'll be tweeting the whole way through the event and on Facebook as well. So if you're not following me on either of those, links are in the description. Do check out all the links that I have mentioned are in the description, such as the Twitch channel for the Slytherin group for that live stream question time. On Wednesday at 4:15 Central European time, so 1 hour ahead of UK time. I'll also try and, as I said, throw down a World Buddy time calculator for you all. But I'll be tweeting as well when things are going on, when it's going live. So yeah, make sure you're following me on all my social media channels. And I'll be back to regular content with hopefully some awesome interviews, previews and what have you, starting from next week. So yeah, hope you guys are having a good week. Ciao for now.